Okay. They have been driving by, and I said, look, now we're going to put it down to this, and we need to think about this. Now, some idiot was out there, well, I've talked to everybody. Blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, we're going to put it down to this. I went back inside because I know my apartment's bugged from the protective light case, and they sold it, and everybody can hear me because these idiots sold the protective light case. Okay? Because, well, the Canton FBI started a protective light case September 27th, 18. Carrying around the house state case is what the cops in uniform call it. Massillon police work and watch my daughter-in-law Dixie, some of the Stark County sheriffs, some even the Canton police work it. The Minerva undercover police have worked it. In a couple of the North Canton police and Liberty House sheriff worked it. It's a police investigation, protected life custody for an informant. Okay? And during the investigation, they found my ex-daughter-in-law, Melissa, friends with Michelle, the retired judge's daughter. They found her telling the kids to lie and then making up the mean games to pretend laughing. They're documenting mean games to pretend. Now, the officers and investigators and then the security guards, I call them the protective life people, they came up and they've always said stuff to me in stores around me. Since the case started, they'll come on and say something to me if I need to know something or whatever. And these people have hacked into this case where only police and investigators and them should hear me. They sold it. They came in, agents are selling the login for money. They're selling it for $25 a pop by Christmas 18. And then it went like viral there for a little bit. Okay? So a lot of people have it. It's public knowledge. It's sick, but they did it. Okay? I can go places and people go, hey, Karen, this, hey, Karen, that. It's horrible. They have all the horror that happened to me, like a reality show. And people don't realize that they're really hurting people. It's not a show. Okay. And, they had came up to me, Melissa's so stupid, she made everything up when you were fishing with Dave, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay? And where she was just documented mean jokes and being a badass with the girlfriend, telling the kids to make up all these lies, and then giggling and laughing, and then on Thanksgiving telling my granddaughter Flora they're making everything up, and that they had earlier that they wanted the house for Auntie Shell and Papa, and then later on they're making everything up in their games of pretend. They're documenting games of pretend. She wouldn't quit lying. Okay? And the investigators in Walmart, trust me, we're never interested in you. We interviewed your whole family. They spoke highly of you. We interviewed your whole family. You never hurt anyone. And then they yell out how ridiculous all this is. And then yell out, we found all the kids lying in 2018. They've yelled out, Karen's one of the best women you'd ever meet in life. They would, everything in the world, speak so highly of me. It's ridiculous. And trying to get people to stop on mean jokes. So where she's just supposed to have been just sitting around being a badass, being friends with a girlfriend. Just mean jokes. Okay? Now, where they're out trying to pull shit again. Okay? It's like, okay, what you're saying. Now, I always said in the videos that we dropped John's stuff off in March, and I told you it was May. I went back through my messages. It was May 16th or 18th of 18. I tried to get a hold of Melissa because we put our house up for sale in March. We cleaned out the garage in May. And so I had to take John's stuff from the garage over to John's, and we couldn't get a hold of John. And so we tried to call Melissa and then tried texting her through Messenger on May 16 or 18 of 18. Okay. John calls me. She's leaving again. Well, they always broke up and got back together. He calls me. She's leaving again. Don't say anything. So we don't get involved. And we pull in, and I can see her packing through the window. She comes out, hi. And we're talking about our new home and how we've been, working on closing on both houses. And Dave's unloading John's stuff and putting it against the house, and kids are running around playing. Now, that's May 16 or 18. We move in and close on our house over Memorial Day weekend 2018. Now, that's about 10 days later. Now, okay, within a day or two of that is when Dave hits me with a board in the face, breaks my tooth, goes off to the store. Okay? Within 2 or 3 days, my house is broken. And that's when we have the doors knocked in and there's a hole in the wall. Now, what they're saying, that my daughter-in-law, that where she left my son, for good this time, Dave had met his new girlfriend, took him down to meet my daughter-in-law, my grandchildren, okay? And she's went psychotic, where she's fine with me 2.5 weeks ago. And I hadn't seen the grandkids since we gave them the bikes. And she's fine there too, okay? That they want the house and they conspire, okay? Before they break in the door, okay? Where he hit me in the board in the face. So we're going to back it up before he hits me with okay, let's stop right here. So May 16, 18, we dropped John's stuff of 18. We close on the 28th. He hits me with a board in the face like 2 or 3 days later. So we're probably about June 1st, okay? So by June 1st or 2nd or 3rd, he's taking his new girlfriend down to meet Melissa and the kids, okay? They come up with this idea. Now, she's supposed to have went psychotic. Hates John because she left him for good. Okay? New girlfriend wants the house. They come up with this idea. Break in the door. Set up some cameras. Well, my dad's a retired judge. We got some dirty cops that'll help out. Sweet. Break in the door. Make up a cheesy excuse she'll buy. Okay? And start stalking her. Start date rape drugging her, telling her to say something stupid. And then you can start human trafficking her and let some of those guys rape her, and we'll make some money off of her and violate her. We'll make some money off her. Totally destroy Karen and John's mom. And that way it'll destroy John. Because I'm done with him for life, and I'll destroy his mother. Because I hate him. And I'll help you kill his mom. Is that what you're saying about Melissa? Is that what you're saying she did? With the new girlfriend for her to get everything. That she went psychotic. Her and that crazy girl. Is that what you're saying what happened? They came up with this whole crazy scheme when Dave took her down to meet the grandkids. That she was done with John for life. And so where she's like, I want that house. I want everything. Well, what can we do about it? Well, my daddy used to be a judge. We got some dirty cops up there. Well, we can break in the door. We start stalking her. Well, I got some friends that have some day-rate jobs. We could even do that. Okay, well, I'll help you. We can start violating them. We could even human traffic her. Have some of the guys that pay to date rape drug her. Go in and rape her. She won't even know it. We can Photoshop scenes. She won't even know what's going on. We'll totally destroy her. And I'll kill John inside him. We'll get him once and for all. We'll destroy his mother. Because I'm done with him for life. And we'll help you get everything. Is that what you're saying Melissa did? Instead of just sitting around laughing with a girlfriend making up mean jokes. Because that's the only thing the police documented it as. She just acting like a badass. She wasn't an accessory. Which one do you want to put her as? Because they didn't know who was doing this to me. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life. It has to be a state registered threat of life case with your voice registered asking for help. Them agreeing to protect you. And the other person knowing of the threat of life. And I sure as hell didn't call anybody on June 3rd of 2018. Get it? All I had was my door knocked in. And I wasn't moved in yet. Only thing happened was Dave hit me with a board in the face and went to the store himself. Within a few days. So are you saying where Dave met that Michelle, he took her down to meet the grandkids and Melissa? They came up with this whole crazy idea with some of their dirty cop friends on their own. Where she had just left my son 2.5 weeks before that. She went totally psychotic. Bobby destroy his mother. It'll kill him. Well, date rape drug. I got friends that have date rape drugs. Sweet. You can Photoshop shower scenes? Sure. We can even human traffic her. Some of the guys will pay to go in and rape her. Sweet. We can make money off of it. Sweet. She's a private person. She's extremely modest. It'll kill him. It'll kill her when she finds out. She's extremely modest and private. And she's devoted to Dave. She'll never know it. She'll just wake up with bruises. And it'll kill John when he finds out. He'll realize. You want to say Melissa was part of that group? And she needs to go to jail? That she premeditated this? Within 2.5 weeks of leaving my son? She met a girlfriend and they came up with a crazy scheme? With some of their dirty cop friends? To break in my front door? I'm not even moved in? To start stalking me? Date rape drugging me? Photoshopping me? Start human trafficking me under drugs for people to rape me? So that it would kill my oldest son when he found out inside? To get even with him because she left him? Once and for all? That they could destroy his mother in front of him? Is that what you're saying Melissa did? Or are you just going to say it the way the police had it documented? She was just sitting around making mean jokes up with a girlfriend. The kids were laughing and making mean jokes up because they were just being jerks with a girlfriend. Because this is how it was documented. Just mean jokes. Couldn't figure out why they were just sitting around making up mean, stupid jokes with their girlfriend. Huh? Because they wanted the girlfriend to get the house. That's it. They're sick, mean jokes. Are you gonna say she helped plan this whole shit out? To get even with my oldest son because she just left him. So they get everything. And she get even with my oldest son because she just left him. These people need to really think about this. What does she want to say? Because she or her kids, the Massillon police will tell you they're documenting mean jokes. Even the Stark County Sheriffs know they're mean jokes. 2 of them were laughing. This weird guy named Kurt's part of this. And last year, some girls ran out of the gas station and said, "Oh my goodness, Kurt found out all those kids are lying. He's going to kill her." I'm like, Kurt's slow, right? And I went down to the sheriff's. Now, my car's bugged from the protected light case. So I went outside and sat out there. I was like, Kurt's slow, right? If he just found out those kids are lying, he's slow, right? 2 sheriffs walk out, yell out, if Kurt just found out those kids are lying, he is slow. He is. Because what do they get caught stating on Thanksgiving of 18? For the house wasn't meant for Grandma, it was meant for Auntie Shell, and Papa and Grandma needs to get out. And then what do they get caught stating to Flora? For we're making everything up. Investigators came up to me for we were never interested in you. Let's see. And one of them is stupid. She knows nothing. And I'm like, what? And one of them said something about Michelle. Oh, trust me, we're never interested. Or I'm no longer interested. Or something stupid like that. And, yeah. And then they've been telling, oh, she was drugged and told to say it. And then, and they've been mumbling around me for years. And now they got to the point they just yell it out. Where they've sold it and told people, they just yell stuff out in stores. You know, I have so many good investigators. Good, I call them, they're the security guards hired for the Protected Life case. And I call them Protected Life people and their families. And I see them and I don't say anything because I still have these weirdos around me. You know, when this is actually over, if we're ever in the same room or in a dinner together, I would hug and squeeze every one of them that ever helped protect me. Some of their kids see me and they wave at me, hi, and I keep walking because I got weirdos around me. And I want to just like grab them and hug them and thank them for helping. But I don't want these people to watch me acknowledge them because of they're dangerous. These people have drugged me, they have raped me, they've cut me up, they have tried to shoot me. It's like, thank you for showing up. Please stay away. I was in Walmart with one of my clients, and my Protected Life people are shopping around me. I know who they are. And I see one of my ex-husband's church people, and I got my client there, and I start ducking behind my Protected Life people. And they look at me, and I'm hiding behind one of them. And they look over, and they're like, one of them's here, and they start scattering. And my client's just rambling, and I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't get that person out of that aisle fast enough. And then one of the investigators walked in and said, so help me, if one of those idiots pick up a phone and call someone, I'll take care of it myself. See, these people have hired stalkers, shooters, and people coming at me. They're not funny. And if Melissa wants to say she's part of that, and that she was part of that made-up case to watch me before, the fraud, where they made up a case to watch me before, it's a fraud case, an intent to commit extortion, where they were date rape drugging me, and where they said that Steve was raping me, and they were human trafficking me, and photoshopping me, and drugging me with their fake sodium pentothal reports, where they were using human slave drugs, where I was walking around sleepwalking, and telling me to say stupid stuff under date rape drugs for her to help Michelle get everything. That her and that girlfriend came up with this in Dirty Cops because she's a retired judge's daughter. That they came up with this crazy plan to get rid of me because she just left my son. Within 2.5 weeks of me moving up there. Because she just met the girlfriend. Because she was mad at my son for leaving him. Because she was fine with me 2.5 weeks before that. You know, that's where, you know, it came down to the point of ridiculous. You know, if before my ex met his girlfriend, we seen those kids at Christmas with the bikes, and we were so busy closing on our house, the house in Ravenna, and then I always took care of Dan and Ty and Gabe, and then helped out with Crystal and Laura at different times, and then putting our stuff in storage, and cleaning out that house, and then running up there to Ravenna to do whatever we had to. I didn't have time for anything. And yeah, I didn't even see those kids again until that May 16 or 18 when we dropped off John's kids, dropped off John's stuff at the end of the car. I'm misspeaking. We dropped off John's stuff, and she came out from inside the house. We could see her packing. And her and the kids came out. Hi! And she's like, what are you doing? And we're dropping off John's stuff. We just, we're closing on the house, and we have to get everything out of the garage. And we're telling her about our new house, and da-da-da-da-da. And the kids are playing, hey, and this is, I said, well, we're down to like an air mattress and a fan and a TV, and I forget what else. And she's as nice as she could be. And we only talked for 2 minutes. Well, Dave's unloading the back of the truck. And I'm at the end of the car, and he acknowledges that on tape. So you're telling me within a 2.5 week span, because she meets that girl, she goes insane from leaving my son and has somebody break in my door and comes up with this crazy plan to get even with my son once and for all. To kill his mother and totally destroy his mother. Is that what you're saying? Because it's one thing when you're just documenting basically a bitch. And you're sitting around with a new girlfriend and with your kids laughing because you want the bitch to get the new girlfriend to get the house. See, she was fine at the end of the car, May 16 or 18, came out of the house of 18. Hi, what do you do? Why are you here? Oh, we're dropping off John's stuff, clean out the garage because we're moving. Just as nice as she can be. I hadn't seen her since before that, when we dropped off the bikes for Christmas, when we got permission to leave them in the house. We came back. Jackie and her family were there, just as nice as she could be. She made fun of Dave for having pot in his system. And we sat and talked to her and her family for a while. I hadn't seen anybody. That's why it was like, what the hell are you talking about? See what I mean? So you're saying Dave met that girl at a store when he broke my tooth, because I smarted off to him. But the next day or two, took her down to meet Melissa and the grandkids. They came up with this whole crazy scheme to get even with my oldest son to kill his mom. Or are you just going to leave it as she was just being a bitch, joking around with a new girlfriend? And telling the kids to lie, and the kids were laughing. They're just documenting me games of pretend, and these people are lying on her. She had nothing to do with this, and these people defrauding me. And they're fraudulent case, and she don't know anything about it. Does she need to go to jail for having people defraud me, break in, stalking me, date rape, drugging me, raping me before? Under there, human trafficking me. Apparently photoshopping a shower scene, I guess. And try to extort money. Now, she's already a documented liar. So, does she want to be accessory to all those crimes? She better think. They're outside. Scream. They better think. And think fast. Because the only thing they can do is hire people to follow me and harass me. Nothing they have is admissible. That's why the police never say anything. They can run around and say, the police taped you before. Please tell me what your police did, because then I can tell the other police to arrest them. Because police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life. It has to be a state-registered threat of life case. Documented in the state, recorded with your voice, asking for help, then stating they'll protect you and the other people knowledge of the threat. It didn't happen until September 27th of 18. Otherwise, it's a legal search and seizure. And nobody's ever spoke to me of wrongdoing. Either. Nobody knocked on the door. That's the only thing legal. And even the FBI didn't speak to me. Why? Because it was their fraud case. Like June of 19, Liberty House shared the main cop over it, where they turned over the police. It was on the phone. They made up a case to watch me. It's a fraud case. It's fraud. If it's made up, it's fake. And if it's fake, it's fraud. It's a fraudulent case. They did something funny. They framed me. Because she really liked him. So where people say, well, what officers were involved? I went up to the Portage County Sheriff's. I did the Fourth Amendment. The police and agencies can only blah, 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 blah. Threat of life, and they have to speak to everyone before they start, or it's not admissible. It's the Fourth Amendment. Yes. You'd never look or listen. Yes. Fifth Amendment, knock it out too, right to remain silent. Then you put the Sixth and Seventh on it. Legal representation of fair court trial, bail, bond. Yeah, a court order, there's no such thing. It's the special protective life cases. See, the unique thing, I actually talked to that player. That agent, they act like they paid him off, which really does sound like it, because he didn't do anything with the case, knowing everybody was in high danger. And with, yeah, right, he didn't find out. They knew, yeah, right, he didn't find out about Michelle, yeah, right, he didn't find out about their dirty cameras, yeah, right, he didn't find out they framed me, yeah, right, he didn't find out they drugged me and told me to say stuff, yeah, right, he didn't find out they impersonated a federal officer before I called him back, yeah, right, they did pay him off, he left me out there to die. Like Michelle's mother said, he set it up for no one to help me. The police need to pick this up where they turned it over to the police and where he was corrupt. They need to do the right thing. Carrying around the house state case, he created it to cover his ass. Listed me an informant. Um, I was found innocent of 18 manslaughter. Please don't tell everybody. Um, and found innocent in 18. Maslin told Canton a month ago. I was found innocent a long time ago. And then everybody's been ratting everybody out for the shower scenes and the drugs and told to say stuff. And Canton even knows I'm framed before. And it's not even admissible. That's where it's rich. So these people that are with this fraud group, they better be lying on Melissa. They really do. Because it's one thing when you're just sitting around being a bitch, lying with a new girlfriend, and it's another thing is when you meet the new girlfriend for the husband, and you sit down and you decide how to kill your husband's mother that you just left and totally destroy her because you're done with him once and for all, and for the girlfriend to get everything. You don't want